Hello there. My name is Dr. Bose, Dev Bose, and I'm going to be your English 101 instructor this year. I'm super excited to be working with you all. This is this is an online course. There is an in-person meeting requirement, but when I say in-person, that is going to those are going to take place in terms of meetings using Zoom, which is our university teleconferencing system. So that's what we're going to be doing in terms of meeting synchronously, and there will be three of those required for this for our very short time together. I've been doing this for a while. I've been teaching since about 2002 or so, and so I just know how much the semester flies by already, and with a 7.5 week course, it definitely flies by. So the purpose of this video is to give you a very brief course overview so I can show you some things around. You'll see on the home page I post announcements, and for the most part I will, unless I need to communicate with you specifically through email. Oftentimes I'll just send just a quick email letting you know to check announcements. So that's just something to think about. Bearing that in mind, I need to make sure that you check your UA, specifically CAP mail, pretty frequently in this course. Okay, you're going to be needing frequent communication with me and your peers to do really well. So just a couple things I really want to iterate in terms of the syllabus, even before we go into the course overview itself. This course is all about teaching you to become a better writer for at the college level. Okay, so you'll be doing a lot of drafting. You'll be giving and receiving a lot of feedback. And so I just want to let you all know that, please be prepared to work. There's a pretty solid amount of hours that you all want to put towards this course. I am always opening to answering your questions through email. My email address, as you can see up here on the screen, is bose@email.arizona.edu. Just allow 24 to 40 hours of response time, please. I just want to go over a couple real specific things with you all in relation to the syllabus. Those are the English 197B lab, which is required. It's a fourth unit. All right, I'm just on top of 101 that you're already going to be doing. Required textbooks and supplies, and finally the grading contract. Okay, I am about to open the syllabus now. So the best way to access the syllabus is just to go under content, and from under content you'll be clicking where it says syllabus and major assignment prompts. And this page is pretty important because you'll see that most of the assignment prompts, with the exception of this one, have been already posted. So your first assignment, the literacy narrative, is there. The portfolio is also available, as well as the syllabus to 197B. But let me just go ahead and open up the English 101 syllabus. So if you all click there, you'll be able to see what I'm looking at. Okay, let's talk first about the 197B requirement. So the 197B requirement, think about it as a lab, okay, kind of like a lab that you might take for like some sort of science-oriented course. Well, the lab just offers more opportunities to do some writing. There will be more opportunities to meet with me and your peers. And if anything, just think about the extra face time as a way to sort of help improve the experience of learning to write at the college level. The syllabus for that course is located over here. We will be using Google Docs quite a bit, And so Google Docs kind of nicely links out to different syllabi. So I'm going to let you all read that on your own and leave comments. That will be one of the requirements for one of the earlier assignments. For now, though, I want to talk to you guys real briefly about the supplemental course information or contract grading. Okay. Okay. If you do all the contract asks, you'll receive the appointed grade. We'll also have a final synchronous conference in which we discuss your work, the final portfolio, and yours and your colleagues' assessment of your work. During that time, we will decide together how well you met the contract requirements. Okay. I want you all to read through this, and I want you all to give the grading contract a very careful read. And you've all been given comment status. Okay, so if you've never worked in a Google Doc before, something you can do is you can read text, and once you find something you're interested in, something that kind of stands out at you, you go ahead and you select the text, and then you can actually add a comment. Okay, so this can be some kind of question, this can be a comment, okay, this can be pretty much almost anything that you want to ask about the course. And we use Google commenting quite a bit in this course to sort of engage in dialogue that otherwise you might not always have the opportunity to do in a face-to-face course. But I'd like you guys to read the grading contract. This gives you some information about the default course grade if you do everything that's asked of you and you do it well. Okay, so that is the default course grade. You don't want to turn in late or incomplete work. Okay, and I'll give you all some leeway, you know, kind of like a gimme of sorts, to say, hey, you know, maybe that one time I didn't do so well on, but you know what, everything else I've been doing, I've been kind of turning in on time. So you want to make sure that your work is complete. You want to make sure that you collaborate and that you work well by in terms of, especially in terms of peer assessments. Okay, missed work or late incomplete work is super important. You're given 48 hours until a work is submitted before it becomes considered missing. Okay, and you will also have some opportunities with turning in revised writing, doing effective copy editing, and doing effective revisions to potentially get a higher grade. Okay, and I need to change these dates, but otherwise we will. Otherwise, everything is pretty accurate here. Okay, this gives you some idea of the exemplary labor, of the gimme or plea that I mentioned, and some of the other things that you can do to sort of hopefully help to go for a higher grade. Okay, you'll need to let me know as soon as possible whether you are going to try to do that. Okay, so just something to think about. Bearing that in mind, if for any reason, you know, work is not completed on time, I mean, it's very likely that that you might actually get under a B. So it's not that a B is a guaranteed grade in the course. A B is rather what one will expect to earn after they have done everything that was asked of them completely and truly. Okay, so that's the grading contract, and I apologize for the late or for the kind of long overview on that. I'd like you to pay a little bit more attention then to the required textbooks and supplies. Okay, there are no hard copies of books required this semester. You are only going to be needing 2 digital textbooks, the Writer's Help 2.0 and the Student's Guide to Foundations Writing, as well as the required software, which is Eli Review. Okay. Um, I'm going to show you all really quick how to access these textbooks. So if we all go into our course D2L page and we go under course materials now, okay, you'll see the digital students guide via VitalSource, okay, and you're going to actually need to click in there to you're going to have to log in and create an account. And oh, the thing I want to tell you about that is that the students guide is you'll be expected um, to hang on to the material, but you also have the option of opting out if you want, and there's a date to do that by that's written on the syllabus. I suggest that you don't opt out because it makes things a little bit easier. If you do opt out, though, you are still responsible for purchasing or otherwise acquiring the materials. Okay, so the digital students guide will be is already available there. I feel like there might be another textbook in there that I need to add in. Oh yeah, no, there's not. Okay, so the digital students guide is available here as well as Eli Review. Eli Review is a pretty dynamic peer reviewing drafting tool, okay, for commenting on other people's work, as well as reading comments on your own work. And we've built Eli Review into the course to sort of help you with that. Drafting and peer review is a really important part of any Foundations writing course, and it's certainly no different here at the University of Arizona. And you'll want to click into Eli Review, and you're going to want to go in there. You can either get a code or a card from the U of A bookstore, or you can purchase one from the Eli Review website. So you'll need to go in, you'll need to access that. Every time you go into Eli Review, you won't need to necessarily go into course materials, but you will need to do that the first time because you'll need to be entering the front door, so to speak. Okay, and then lastly, for required textbooks, I'm going to click Course Home. You're going to access what's called the Writer's Help. So Writer's Help 2.0. You're going to have to click in here. You're going to have to create an account, and this is going to open. It's called Launchpad as the platform, but you're going to be doing a bunch of readings and some exercises from this book. Okay, and so so like for example, if I click under writing processes, it breaks down a little bit into planning and drafting, developing paragraphs, reviewing and revising, a couple other important categories. Okay, so that is the third item that will need to be purchased for this course. And again, Writer's Help 2.0 and the Student's Guide to Foundation Writing. If you don't opt out by the opt-out deadline, your bursar's account will be charged. Okay, Eli Review, though, will have to be purchased. And from what I understand, though, it's not very expensive, though. So, and again, you can access that from the bookstore or from the website. Okay, so I've been talking a lot, so I want to kind of keep the rest of this very short. But if you go under Content, you can access most everything that you're going to need to know for this course. You can click Start here, due date 1. The course is divided into 21 due dates. You are going to have 3 deadlines a week. The class is starting a little bit later. I wasn't quite ready to have it opened up yesterday, and for that reason, even though it says due August 28th at 11:30 p.m., if anyone needs about an extra day or so to turn that work in, by all means, feel free. Due date 1, though, kind of really dips you into the course. So you've got a homework on introducing yourself, a getting to know you survey, um, asking questions about the syllabus. You're going to be mapping your weekly schedule. It's super important, right? Because we only meet like half a semester, and with 3 due dates a week, there's just so much to do. And so this assignment is a way to help you map your routine a little bit. You're also going to be commenting on project number 1, which is the literacy narrative. I'd love to hear your thoughts on that. You're also going to be looking at the portfolio, which basically means you're going to be collecting writing artifacts throughout the course. You're going to be creating writing and revising and reviewing reflective essays, and you're going to be putting that on an Adobe Spark page as a website. So there will be plenty of information tutorials on how to do that when we get there. But we're going to be doing some multimodal writing, which I think is pretty fun. We're going to be digging into literacy, genres, and rhetorical awareness for this very first assignment. And then you're going to be doing some posting. You need to post completely to these questions. And then you're going to be replying and reflecting to 2 of your classmates' posts. You're gonna, and this is super important, you want to make sure to go back to your own post when you're done replying to your classmates, and please reply to it with the names of the 2 classmates you responded to and reflect on what you learned. Okay, that's really important because number 1, we're integrating reflective writing into this course. So you actually want to write about what you wrote about. Okay, and in terms of how that may have helped your thinking about writing. And then the other thing then that way that helps me, at least as your instructor, is that it helps me to see that, oh hey, this person responded to these 2 people, and I can go back and quickly read those responses. Okay, so it's definitely important in that way as well that you all get the points that you deserve on that. Okay, so that is due date number 1. I'm going to jump ahead and start just briefly talking about due date number 2, which should be open, and to some extent due date number 3, though not as much. Due date number 2 talks about understanding genre. Oh, you'll see that at the end of many modules of the due dates, you'll see where it says 197B homework activities. That is the other course I was telling you about, the 1-unit lab, and you'll need to complete these activities, part of which will be scheduling some time with me to talk next week in person. Again, very brief, and we'll be using Zoom. Okay, so due dates referring to what is a genre. These are, you'll want to get access to Eli Review Fast. And so just to let you all know, this assignment will quickly sort of get you into like what is peer review all about, okay, and how Eli Review will help you do that. So you all want to make sure that you please read these and then answer your questions about peer review. Okay, you're going to be doing some work in Google Drive. I think I told you in an email that you may receive or may sometimes look at documents in Google Drive, in a Google Drive folder that's from another Gmail account. However, bose@email.arizona.edu is the best way to reach me. Okay. Okay, and then we'll delve even further into next Sunday's deadline, which is exploring narrative as a genre, which will really talk about the genre features of exploring the literacy narrative. Okay, so literacy narrative is a type of genre. Okay, you're going to be writing about literacy experience, reading, writing, speaking, communication experiences in your life, how those were developed. Okay, So we have posted some readings that you all need to read, including chapters from the Student's Guide that are linked. Please note that you will not be able to access these if you have not purchased a Student's Guide via opt-in or purchase some other way. So just I'll kind of let you know about that. Okay. So I've been talking a lot. I do appreciate you kind of listening to this very long video. It's not, I don't really like to do 20-minute or so videos, but this will hopefully be the last and the shortest one. Okay, well, again, I am Dr. Bose. Class, I look forward to seeing you online. Let me know if you have any questions. I will see you all soon. Bye-bye.